नमस्कार, सतर्क महाराष्ट्रामध्ये आपले स्वागत. मी रेखा बेगडे.
Leadership. He holds dual doctoral degrees, PhD in civil engineering with a specialization in MICP and PhD in management focusing on quality assurance in rural engineering institutes. He has served in key leadership positions including Director, Dean of Administration, Principal and HOD at esteemed institutions such as VIT Pune and VIIT Pune. His expertise spans civil and structural engineering, management, policy design, and institutional development. He has significantly contributed to the establishment and growth of engineering campuses across Maharashtra and Gujarat, overseeing infrastructure development, academic planning, and faculty recruitment. A strong researcher, he has authored 10 international publications, 2 patents, and numerous conference papers. He is also a passionate teacher, mentor, and consultant, having delivered specialized training programs to industries and defense organizations. He has actively played a pivotal role in accreditation, quality assurance, and autonomy processes at institutional levels. His unwavering dedication to academia and nation building continues to inspire generation of engineers and professionals. Now, I request everyone to please welcome Dr. Prakash Bhaskarrao Kulkarni with a huge round of applause.
Thank you, for introduction. मी मराठी आणि इंग्लिशमध्ये दोन्ही पार्टी बोलतो. Very good afternoon to all of you. Honorable Chairman Sandeep sir, today is our esteemed chief guest, to whom we are eager to listen, Srikant Sarda sir. Directors and professors of System Consulting Institute of ASM, there is the MCA, MBA, PGDM, CSIT and so on. And most importantly, जिन्होंने हमको इतना अच्छा रिस्पॉन्स दिया on a single call, the parents as well as the students were eager to see and to come over here for this function. We really thank you giving a huge response to our call. That shows love and affection that you have for next year. It's my pleasure to welcome all of you and congratulate the first batch where we are looking for at this campus. As Honorable Chairman sir has narrated you, what is our exact vision and where we would like to take you at a path where nobody disappears. In a sense, you has to be at the topmost level with different sort of innovation, research, thinking, this and that, as sir has mentioned. And definitely, innovation, when it comes, it's a curiosity and a need is the key of innovation. The moment you start from morning to evening, look at this campus, what problems you are facing, that itself will give you an idea where we should jump in and make a business out of this. That's how your innovation or thinking will start. I will give a small story which will ignite you. When we happen to be in a childhood, एक स्मॉल छोटीशी पिग्मी बँक आपण अर्धन पॉटची करतो, त्यात पैसे टाकतो. पैशाची पॉट भरल्यानंतर आपण ती फोडतो किंवा काढतो आणि आपली डिझायर्ड विश पूर्ण करतो. बट नाउअडेज दिस थिंग हॅज चेंज्ड. इन द टुडेज डिजिटल एरा वी हैव अ जीपे, एबीओ और सज्जनों. जैसे हम जीपे करते हैं वैसा वो बैंक कभी फुल नहीं होता. गो ऑन डिपॉजिटिंग द पेमेंट. In a similar way, you should be always hungry for the knowledge, and that will lead to success. Knowledge in all the way that you have to get it and go on. In 1980 to 90 decade, there was a fear in the employees as well as in the public when computer generation was coming out. Our jobs, our services will be lost. Because computer generation is here, one computer can do the job of 10 people. But thing has reversed. On the contrary, we need a technically educated, qualified, skilled persons, and nowadays also same thing happens. The fear has lost. On a similar line, as Chairman sir was saying, if nowadays if you are not using the AI tools, if you are not becoming the conversant with the present era, and to increase the productivity, you will be outdated. So it becomes essential to learn and get updated for the present era with the AI tools. And here is our main challenge ESG. Well, we would like to teach you, upgrade you beyond the syllabus as sir has told, and that is sure that we will do it. You have already done a half a job by joining this institution. To the parents who have entrusted us their wards, we will ensure, we will nurture these wards in such a way that they will be always proud as sir has told, and I also agree with. The policies, system, hands-on, different courses that will be definitely helpful and helpful to you during the course. Looking at a simple story, again how you have to think. The Quick Hill, the founder, who he was, how he started the business, I would say, and where presently he is. Your thought, everybody has the potential. Whether we ask a grown now. That's what we experience. Second request to parents is, being a new campus, being a new institute, being a new student, and that too far away from, I will say, a little bit Pune or the city as such. It's a healthy place, no doubt. So we request and urge you that your ward should be a safe custody of ours. Do not ask you to stay somewhere else or have a travel for coming and going for the college. It's better always if he happens to be in our hostel, so that other things he can dedicate to the study also. Follow the deadlines, particularly for scholarships. Many of the parents must be aware of this one. The scholarship forms and all these deadlines will have to be followed. Do not interact with the teachers. We have a parent guardian scheme which will be explained later on in detail by our Dr. Rahul sir. Parantu, teachers need to be kevahi bola kevahi is always welcome. This is what we request you as a principal. So once again, I thank you, welcome you to this institute, and very joyful and happy stay at our campus. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable insights and inspiring words. Your thoughts have truly motivated our students and given them a fresh perspective as they begin the journey. Now, it's my pleasure to introduce our next speaker, our chief guest, Mr. Shrikant sir, Managing Director at SNG. Mr. Shrikant is a technology and business leader with over 3 decades of experience. He is a sought trusted advisor to CXO who are focused on leveraging technology to scale business and increase profitability. He is an authority on the new age transformative technologies and ways in which business and societies at large can leverage these technologies to achieve better social, people, and business outcomes. Mr. Shrikant has 5 patents in the field of AI and data analytics. Outside his professional work, he regularly takes sessions on transformative technologies for board members, aspiring board members, and senior executives. So far, he has trained more than 500 senior executives on the potential of transformative technology. He is charter member of Indus Entrepreneur, which is focused on mentoring and coaching of startups. He is also a member of CII National Committee for the Design and Innovation. Mr. Shrikant is passionate about increasing collaborations between industry and academia. His collaboration with academia over the last 6+ years and his extensive experience in the industry has given him good insight on the ways to make the collaboration more efficient and effective. He has designed a unique, holistic and implemented framework to meet His 3-4-5 framework is focused on driving the effectiveness of industry, academy, and learning. His Bridge IT platform is focused on empowering students for faster integration on the industry, thus proving sustainability and employability. Let's welcome Mr. Shrikant Sarda sir with a huge round of applause.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, sir.
Before I start, a big thank you for having me over here, Dr. Sanjeev, my Pandey, Madam, Kulkarni sir, both Kulkarni sir, for having me over here. And the anchors are doing great job. I was told that they are the student over here, so they are doing great job. Thank you very much for doing a great job. I have thanked the management. I thank the anchors. I had two more thanks to give before I start sharing with my thoughts with you. And this is, I want not me to thank, I will of course thank, but I want all the students who are here to thank them. The first thank, and I was told that a lot of parents are here. So who is a student here? I want them to thank their parents for doing all the support, hard work behind the scene without any expectation of anything from you right till now. So please give a big round of applause to all the parents who are here. And the second, now biggest thanks should come to all the faculty members who are sitting in the first maybe 2 rows and elsewhere. Because next 4 years, they are going to spend a lot of their time to make sure that you are successful in your professional career. Be it a job or be it your own business or anything that you would like to do professionally. You will get frustrated with their constant demand for submitting assignment, doing that additional certification course or something else. Please trust me that they are doing it for your good only. They do not have any interest of their own in your success. Their only interest is they would like to see you successful at the end of 4 years and in your life. As sir has mentioned, there are a lot of students over there and they remember the first club started or the first initiative that they started. So their interest is that you should also remember and should be seen as someone who has made this institute very proud outside. So big round of applause to all the faculty members who are over here. Come on, we are planning a bigger one from you than what you are doing right now. Come on, bigger one. Okay, let me start. And I can speak in 3 languages. So if you would like to interact with me, any language is fine. I can speak in English. मैं मराठी मध्ये बोलू शकतो और मैं हिंदी में भी अच्छे से बोल सकता हूँ. If there is any other language, sorry, I can't speak any other language other than these 3. Okay. Now, I don't want it to be a one-way monologue. Okay. So I would like to ask all students, who are students over here, can you please raise your hand? Who are all students here, can you please raise your hand? Come on. If you are a student in this college, please raise your hand. Okay, great. I just want to make sure that you are attentive and I have very focused, very lot of interest on the last 5-6 benches. Okay, so even though I am standing here, because of my height, I can see the last guy who is still on the phone right now. Okay? The black t-shirt guy, below Sudha Murthy. Okay, sorry, just joking. He is not important right now. But I'm just joking. So the reason I want to have this one is, I have 2 options. One, I can give one-way monologue. Right? How many of you are interested in one-way monologue? Anybody? कोण फक्त भाषण ऐकण्यासाठी आला आहे? Nobody, right? Or I can have questions from you, and I will share my life journey, what has worked for me in that process. Is that okay with everyone? Yes or no, students? Yes. It is only for you, not for your parents. Okay? Thank you very much for coming here, but it is more focused on the students right now. Okay, a question to all the students. Are you with me? how many of you believe that you want to have a job in the industry which is not going to be impacted by AI? How many of you want to have a job which is not impacted by AI? One person I see a hand raised. Anyone else? So all of you want a job which is going to be impacted by AI. Is that correct? Yes or no, folks? So you are perfectly okay to have a job impacted by AI, right? So how are you going to prepare for that? I will share on that front. Okay. How many of you, sir, mentioned that AI will have impact? How many of you believe that AI is going to have a significant impact on your job? When I say AI, I talk about all generative AI, all the latest and greatest technology that offers to us. How many of you believe that that will have impact? Yes, no? Everyone believes there will have impact? Anyone who says there is no impact? Come on, all of you are comfortable with AI, so we'll talk about that also. Okay, so I will cover this two topic about how you need to be prepared for your continued success as you move forward into your engineering and your corporate work later on, after 4 years. Now, when I was of your age, which was long time back, right? My parents told me, and my elder people told me in my house that next 4 years, study hard, बेटा पढ़ाई कर लो, 4 साल पढ़ाई कर लो, स्वाब कर लो, अच्छी नौकरी मिल जाएगी. After that, life is set. Right? To students, how many of your parents have told this one? कि अभी पढ़ाई कर लो, बाद में 4 साल पढ़ाई कर लो, बाद में IIT करना है. How many parents have told to their kids that next 4 years they have to study, and after that, once they get a job, once they settle in life, there is no problem? Please raise your hand, parents, if you have told your kids. Your parents told, right? Is your parent here? Where are you? Okay, good. Fine. Okay, so only one parent has told that next 4 years study and then life is set. Correct? All the parents told that you have to study continuously. So if they have told you all this one, they are right. And your parents, go please tell your parents that whatever you told me does not work in this current world. Okay? The first thing that you need to do, keep in mind, is the technology is changing so rapidly and disrupting the each and every industry so fast that whatever you learn today will become irrelevant potentially in next 1 year. Whatever you learn 4 years, it will become irrelevant by the time you come out of engineering college. Whatever you learn in first year in your job will become irrelevant within 6 months. And don't believe me or don't trust me just because I am saying this one standing here. Someone who is grey hair with some experience, don't believe me, I will give you data point. How many of you are using Paytm, PhonePe or GPay to make the financial transaction? Everyone. Anyone who is not using it? Okay, if you ask your parents 10 years back, what were you using? Was all cash or check or bank transaction. There was no Paytm, no GPay, no PhonePe. At least till last 10 years it was there, but hardly used by anyone. So technology has disrupted the way we do financial transaction. How many of you use Ola, Uber, or Blinkit, or Swiggy, Instamart, and all those quick food delivery apps? Anyone who has not had used any time in the last 10 years, the Swiggy or Instamart, Blinkit or Ola, Uber? Not a single person, right? Okay, one person has used, not used at all in the line. Great. So, but out of this one, only one person, which is a fractional percentage. Again, 8-9 years back, the standard mode of transport was you go take a auto or a taxi or some car rental company will provide you transport. If you want to buy something, you go to the restaurant or the shop and buy that from there. Today, sitting at home, you can buy everything. So that's the disruption technology is driving. AI was, everyone is aware of generative AI, right? Anyone who is not aware of AI, because since all of you did not raise your hand, everybody is aware of generative AI. How long back AI became so popular? 2 years, 3 years, right? Last in 22 or at time the open ChatGPT came and it became very popular. Within first 3 months there were more than 100 million paying customers all across the globe. So ChatGPT or OpenAI or generative AI has kind of disrupted the entire IT world, and everybody is not talking about AI, right? In next 6 months, next 8 months, there will be something else coming up. So whatever you learn, you need to keep in mind that you have to keep a habit of learning, unlearning, and learning something new. What I call the active continuous learning. Sir mentioned about you are going to have a test every day. You can learn something, right? If someone says that you have to learn this topic, this subject, you can learn something. What I mean by active learning is you should be aware about what is happening around you and what are the technologies that are going to become important in future, and start learning them before they become active or before they become important. Okay, because by the time you learn, it may happen that the technology will change. So how do you quickly learn proactively? That is called active continuous learning, so that you are relevant to the industry. You can take real advantage of that technology or that learning either in your profession or in your business. Okay? How many of you are with me? Everyone? Because if I don't get a response from you, I don't feel that I'm talking to you. I'm talking like I'm talking to the wall and I'm giving a session and then going back. Okay? And as sir mentioned, every day you are going to have tests, and I'm going to have tests at the end of my session. I'm going to learn from sir and I will take that as a test. So please remember, I will ask the question starting with the last benchers and then coming to the front benchers. Very well knowing that just because you are sitting at front bench doesn't mean you are paying attention, because I used to sit at front bench just to look that I am very serious, but do all the things other than just listen to the teacher. Okay? So I will ask questions to all of you. Okay? And you have to answer that question. So first learning that I followed in my 32 years of corporate work is continuously learn, unlearn, and again learn in an active way. Okay? Second thing that I will suggest all of you to follow. Every one of you are in comfort zone, right? Sometimes you come in comfort zone. If you are with your best friend, you are in comfort zone. If you are with your parents, family, you are in comfort zone. If you are in cafeteria, you are in very comfort zone. Right? If I ask you to work with your best friend, you will be in very comfort zone. But I will ask you to do something. If you want to be successful, want to do something which is exactly opposite of that. I would ask each and every one of you to focus on how do you become uncomfortable. The moment you come in your comfort zone, try to come out of that comfort zone and get into uncomfortable territory. That's when your maximum learning will happen. That's when your maximum throughput will be there and you will learn something new. And I'm not saying just because of the sake of saying it. The technology is going to disrupt so much that you will not be in comfort zone anytime. And if you are in comfort zone, very soon your learning will stop and you will become irrelevant for the industry that you are operating, either in your job or in the business. Okay? So, and what I mean by being actively coming into uncomfort zone is the moment you start seeing that you are getting used to routine, challenge the status quo. Challenge the status quo, because that is how someone has taught some people that is how the things are done. Try to challenge that one, come up with something better. That will be an uncomfortable situation, but you will do much better. And I'm sure when you are in engineering college, most of you will study maybe to clear the subject in last 24-48 hours. Right? That's what all the engineers do, right? And that's what I did, and I'm sure I interacted with thousands of engineering students till now. Everyone says that, okay, we studied the last, and they don't say, but they smile that I studied only last two days to clear the exam. And that's the maximum learning. So, in your corporate world, if you want to be successful, you need to build a habit of how you can be comfortable with uncomfortable situation. Okay? And the reason why I am saying is that sir mentioned a very important topic is if you want to beat AI, you need to be with AI. You need to adopt AI. We are all very much used to collaborating with fellow human beings. Right? If I am collaborating with you, I know your body language, I can see you, I can change my approach based on what I see or what I see a response. So we need to learn how to collaborate with the machines, how to learn with them, how to work with them and create a better outcome. So, and that is a very uncomfortable situation for us because we are not wired for that. How you make sure that you are comfortable in uncomfortable situation is very, very important for sustained success in your corporate world. And whenever I say corporate world, it can be a job or your own business. Now, third, before I go into, I have a question to all, and I need an answer from all the students. Okay? How many of you, can I have your attention please? Every student? You are with me? Raise your hand if you are with me. Okay. Now, question to you is, how many of you have point of view on what is happening in Russia and Ukraine? How many of you have point of view what is happening in Russia and Ukraine? In case if you are not clear, let me ask in Marathi. तुमच्यामधून किती मुलांना रशिया आणि युक्रेनमध्ये जो वाद चालला आहे त्याच्यावर तुमचं काही मत आहे? आय थिंक आय स्पोक इन अ डिसेंट मराठी. स्कोप आहे. आय कम्प्लिटली आय कंटिन्युअस लर्निंग. ओके, तुमचं कोणाचंही मत नाही त्याच्यावर. Okay, next question. How many of you have a point of view? I'm not talking whether right or wrong. Point of view on what is happening in Middle East. Middle East मध्ये जे काही चाललं त्याच्यावर तुमचं काय मत आहे? Okay, not aware. Let me come to India now. How many of you aware of what is SIR? Sir. I'm not referring to the sir or teachers or faculty who are sitting in front here. What is SIR in India right now? None the hand raised. And this is the biggest, most learning that you need to do in the next 4 years is how you are spending time to know what is happening around you. I am not saying you need to have a strong point of view or you say I am right and you are wrong. It is essential for you to have a point of view because that point of view will help you in your business or in your job. If you don't have point of view, you don't know what is happening and what is going to hit you when you are not prepared. Let me tell you what happened. An example, Russia-Ukraine conflict happened. The oil market, in the oil and gas market in the entire world got impacted. Of course, India got benefited, but the world market impacted. The export of grain from Russia, from Ukraine got impacted. Okay. Middle East conflict, the entire sea transport had a potential to get impacted or is impacted. Now you are wondering why I am saying all this to you. If you are in a business which is getting impacted, which are in oil and gas industry, you are working either IT or non-IT, you should know what is happening so that you can prepare. Same way, you should know what is happening in the technology so that you are prepared for that event in case that happens. You are better prepared for that. Okay? So that's the third thing is that how you are spending next 4 years building the habit of reading something which is impacting, with more general awareness about what is happening around the world. How many of you have Instagram account? Come on, raise your hand. If your parents are there and if you have not told your parents, it's okay. They know that you have Instagram account. Okay. How many of you spend 30 minutes minimum daily on Instagram account? Most of you, right? You are smart. Some of you are not raising hand but smiling, sheepishly saying, "Ah, malum hai, spend karta hu, but I don't want to raise my hand." Okay? I'm saying only 30 minutes. I know that you spend more than that, right? My only request is invest the 30 additional minutes, take the 30 minutes out from your Instagram and invest the 30 minutes to read about what is happening in the technology world, what is happening in the industry, because that will build your whole personality. Sir mentioned about that you build, here you are not only learn technology, but you will build your soft skill, I call it as a mandatory skill, awareness about what is happening around the industry, around you. It will help you to build that whole personality as you enter into your corporate world after 4 years. So the third thing is invest actively into reading, understanding what is happening around you in your industry and the broader industry, broader geopolitics. I am not suggesting that you should go into the politics and all that, but be aware of that, about what is happening, because each and every action that happens across the globe has an impact on the work that you are going to do in future. We are no longer in a scenario where one country can operate on its own without any impact because of the global events. We are in a truly globalized world. Supply chain challenges, if one country is going through a challenge, entire world gets impacted. And we have seen in COVID, when supply chain was disrupted, what happened the entire industry. So the third learning from my side, which I followed, is how you are aware about what is happening around you in the industry. Okay? Now the next two things. Nobody in the college, nobody in this world will teach you. And you have to do that on your own. And each one of you will have an individual approach for that one. And take it from me, after 32 years, these are the two most important things for a sustained success in your life. The fourth one is how do you demonstrate highest level of ethics and integrity. You must be wondering why I am saying ethics and integrity. These are the most important aspects when you enter into corporate world or you are going to do business. You will come across, and if you are not clear what you mean by ethics and integrity, let me give you a very simple example that all of us will be able to relate. And I am not saying that I follow that example to the last T. Okay? All of you drive vehicle, two-wheeler or four-wheeler. Anyone who is not driven vehicle, two-wheeler or four-wheeler? None, right? Rule says that when the signal is red, you are expected to stop. We stop when we see the law enforcement authority on the other side, or we see a camera, knowing that it may be a challan or fine for that. If you don't see any law enforcement authority, you look right, we look left, and we cross the signal because nobody is coming. Very well knowing in your heart that that is not the right behavior that you are supposed to demonstrate. That's a simple example of ethics. Very, very basic, simple example of ethics. In a corporate world, ethics will play a very important role, and how you demonstrate ethics and integrity will be very, very important. And that can make or break your career or make and break your business. And take it from me also, in your career, you will come across people or scenarios where you will see that someone who is not demonstrating ethics or integrity getting benefit, instant benefit. Don't fall for that. Because the moment you do that one, you get into that habit that is chalta hai. At some point in time, and it will happen, that person will fall very badly and will be very difficult to recover, and you don't want to be that person. So ethics and integrity is the most important aspect that you need to demonstrate, and each one individual will have a different way of doing that one. And that's because I think nobody will teach you that here. Question will come to you in your college also that you are not supposed to use generative AI for your assignment. Right? Sir said that you use AI, but when you do assignment, expectation that you will do on your own, not use the generative AI to take it and you just copy paste that one. Okay? But I am also sure many of you will use generative AI. My daughter uses this today. Even though she said don't want to use it, she uses it sometime. And then what you will do, you will say, okay, I was told not to use generative AI because teacher are also smart enough or faculty is smart, they will find it. So I will modify 4 or 5 lines in that so that it becomes my own. Don't use it because that stops your learning and is also not ethical thing. Okay, if you are told not to use it, if you are agreed to that one, don't use it. So fourth thing is, how do you demonstrate highest level of ethics and integrity? In next 4 years, use that habit to carry on your corporate world. And the last one, which sir covered, so I will not dwell more on that one, is how you take care of your overall mental well-being. If you are not taking care of that one, take it from me, it will impact your physical health, your social health, and it will impact your whatever you are trying to do in your career. And the first 3 things that I mentioned to you will have direct impact on your overall mental well-being or stress. Continuous learning, you will be always on your toes. If you don't learn, you know that someone else will come and take your job or will impact your business. If you are not coming out of your comfort zone, someone else will come and disrupt you. The global event will disrupt you. Student like you, if they were studying MBBS in Ukraine, overnight their world came upside down. They had to drop their studies, come to India with completely uncertain future. And that's the stress, that's the mental stress. How do you take care of, how you prepare yourself to take care of mental stress is extremely important. And one of the suggestions that I follow and it worked well for me in 32 years is that I invest my time in some hobbies. Hobby can be anything, like you have a lot of clubs here, music, social work, reading, traveling, whatever hobby that you may have, which is again individual. Please make sure that you take active time to invest in that hobby to distress yourself. If your hobby is watching Instagram reel, okay, if that is a hobby, you need to really relook at your hobby. Is that really going to distress you, or it is going to put you in a race of how many likes I got it on my reel and how many likes my friend got it on their reel. Okay. Though I am grey hair person, I have Instagram account. I do watch Instagram and I do follow people on Instagram, so I am very much conversant with the Instagram and Gen Z kind of way of thinking as well, and I am telling you that don't fall for that. Have a hobby of reading, traveling, music, anything that distresses you, because that will be very, very important, because in your corporate, in your education, in your corporate, you will face the mental stress thing a lot, and if you are not prepared for that, it will impact all your work, all your professional life. So these are the 5 things I followed, and as I mentioned before I conclude, I will ask a question to you. How many of you are ready? Yes or no? Raise your hand. How many of you are ready for questions? And whoever doesn't raise answer, I will ask question to them only. Okay. Are you ready? So what was the first thing that I mentioned? Anybody? Yes, please.
Learning and unlearning.
We take the mic and answer. Because, and please tell your name because you are an attentive person.
My name is Vedam Nangme, and first thing is you told the learning and unlearning the things.
Very good. Give a big round of applause to me. Your parents are here? No. Okay. Okay. What was the third thing that I told? Come on. Do you want a hint? Cheat sheet. How many of you want hint? I mentioned about Instagram. 30 minutes. Okay? Again you. Please go ahead. You have been ideal student.
Like general knowledge.
Very good.
What is happening around you?
Very good. What's the second thing I mentioned? If you know, please raise your hand. That's perfectly okay. My job is done if you listen and for that one. So one student is good enough outcome. Okay, so second thing I mentioned is being comfortable with uncomfortable situation. It means you need to push yourself to always be in uncomfortable situation. What was the fifth thing I mentioned? What is causing you right now? Sitting here and saying that, hope you don't ask me to answer that question. Sorry, anybody raise a hand? The same person? No. If anybody else who wants to answer? Okay, please go ahead.
Spend time on your hobbies.
Very good. And the fourth thing I mentioned, and we have a different student. Ethics and integrity. Great. What's your name? Moksha. Thank you very much, Moksha. So these two students have spent time or at least effort to listen. Okay? Now, why I said these 5 things are important for you? There will be some options available from your college if all the faculty will spend their time, effort to make you ready for the world. That's not going to be enough. You need to take effort from your side to be ready so that when you are out on 4th year, either in campus or after 4 years, you are on your own. Your teachers or your faculty is not going to be with you. And these 5 things will potentially, hopefully will help you to be prepared for the challenges that lie ahead of you after engineering college. Now for last 30 odd minutes I have been talking. Okay? And it's fair if I ask you to ask me questions if you have any. And please, as I said, 3 languages I can speak, I can answer. Okay? Though I have a lot of scope for improvement in Marathi. Okay? But I will try to answer. So, any questions, don't feel that you need to ask in English only. Marathi, Hindi, English is perfectly okay. Because language should not be barrier to learn or to ask or get information. So anybody wants to ask question? Including parents. Sorry, I know you were spending a lot of time here, but my session was both for students, but parents also can ask any question if you have. No questions? The last learning, in case if you're not asking question. In the corporate world and in the business, if you are in a meeting of 10 people and if you don't share your point of view, don't ask questions, you are invisible, you will not be recognized. Yes, please ask. Yes. I already recognize you by the way.
सर जसं की तुम्ही अगोदर म्हणला की कॉर्पोरेट वर्ल्ड मध्ये फक्त असं जास्त इंस्टाग्राम न बघणे पण आजच्या काळामध्ये जसं युट्यूबर्स ते व्हिडिओ करत आहेत त्यांनी नवीन नवीन बिझनेस तयार केले ते पण त्यांच्या ऍडव्हर्टाइजमुळेच केले ना मग त्यावर तुमचं ओपिनियन
Very good question. Extremely good question, and the reason I am saying good question, I missed your name, sorry. First name? Vedant. Vedant, thank you for asking this question. And I am saying you are asking a very excellent question because this question I get at home also. Okay? The YouTuber has earning millions of dollars, right? They are having millions of followers and all that. Absolutely, I am not saying that it's wrong. Okay? But please understand, there are millions and millions, and out of that there is one person who is doing that. So that person is investing a lot of time about what is required, what will be appealing to his audience. So he is doing continuous learning because his interest will keep on changing. He is not going with what were 20 years back for him. He is learning, pushing himself out of comfort zone. He is aware of what is happening around him. So create a videos which are relevant to you. If I show you video of black and white movie, will you be interested?
No.
Right? You will be interested in what is happening in the today's world. And if you are my audience, if I am a YouTuber and you are my audience, I need to know what my audience needs, what my company. So all the 3 things that I mentioned, that person is following. Following and spending a lot of effort, lot of time to be successful, reach that a YouTuber which has 1 million followers. or a large number of followers. Okay? I am not saying don't be on Instagram. I am saying be on Instagram because you need to be relevant, but also spend time on some other activity also. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
So anything that you do it in balance. If you are spending 2 hours on Instagram, spend 1 hour at least on learning something new, technology-wise, business-wise, or reading into what is happening around you. Okay? If you can get 25 hours in a day, use that 1 hour extra to learn something new. Okay?
Okay.
Otherwise, you are not investing your time in your well-being and your career growth. Thank you very much for asking that question. Anyone else have a question? Because always the first one is difficult and then we have a list of questions. Now we have one more, maybe will you parent at you, our teacher.
Good afternoon. My name is Srikant Jallosh. I am a faculty member. On behalf of students and parents, I like to ask a question. And it's probable answer I know, but again, on behalf of these people, I like to ask how to become a skillful engineer, a employable engineer in these 4 years. What they have to try and to do in these 4 years, because students are utilizing these 4 years and utilizing time, spending time and money.
Okay. Thank you, Shrikant sir. And it's very easy to remember the name because the same name, so very easy. How many students have this question? Please raise your hand. Only 4, 5. Did you understand the question that sir has asked? How many of you are?
मराठीमध्ये असं आहे की विचारू शकतो की या 4 वर्षामध्ये एक स्किलफुल इंजिनियर आणि एम्प्लॉयबल इंजिनियर मुलांनी कसं बनावं की 4 वर्ष झाल्यानंतर त्यांना जॉब लागेल, कारण त्यासाठीच आपण इथं आलेलो आहोत.
ओके, हा क्वेश्चन कोणाकोणा मुलाच्या मध्ये डोक्यामध्ये होता? I see 20-30 hands raised. Okay. Now, sir has asked this question. What stops you asking this question? मी ओपन इन्व्हिटेशन दिलं सर्वांना, राईट, की ज्या काही क्वेश्चन असेल तर प्लीज विचारा. मराठी, इंग्लिश, हिंदीमध्ये कोणत्याही लँग्वेजनुसार. ओके. Important learning before I come to sir's question is, if you got the opportunity, please make most of it. Ask question. In a corporate world, if I am interacting with 10 of my team members whom I don't know much, I will remember someone who has asked the question or who has a point of view on the topic being discussed. If you do not have point of view, you do not ask the question, you are invisible for me. I will not remember you. I will definitely remember Vedant. Okay? Even if I may not meet him for next 4 years, but I will remember that he has asked the question. So please remember, in a corporate world, if you want to be successful, you need to have a point of view. You need to raise your hand and ask question. खूप वेळा आपण काय करतो? We start negotiating in our head. की if I ask the question, माझे मित्र मला काय म्हणते? हा क्वेश्चन चांगला नसेल तर मला लोक म्हणतात की काय मूर्ख माणूस आहे किंवा मूर्ख मुलगा किंवा मुलगी आहे, राईट? I will, what others will think about me. We start negotiating in our head, and at the end of that one we say, okay, forget it, don't ask the question. I will search somewhere else, or I will ask my best friend later on, right? And you lose the opportunity. Now, when we were doing the Riya Vandan over here, initially, someone first said, one student should come forward, right? And I was observing at least the first 2-3 rows. None of you stood up. Sir has said, okay, you come forward. Sir had given open invitation कि एक student ला बोलवा, but none of you came forward. Why? That's the opportunity that you need to take it. Opportunity is opportunity, you need to take it. And sir, coming to your question, these 4 years you invest. I will not say which technology, which certification you need to do it, because that will keep on changing every year. But spend your time in learning technology, learning what is happening, build a habit of continuous learning. Can you learn in 3 months, can you learn in 6 months something? Can you participate in as many initiatives as you can? And don't learn just a technology part of it. Today, if I had to teach, if I had to ask someone to learn Google Cloud Computing and take a certification, and I'm sure if I give you 3 months, all of you will clear that certification because you have that technical ability. But spend your time in learning the business side of it. Why you are implementing certain functionality using technology? How the business are going to use it? How you can make, if you are the user, you like some stories very well and some stories you don't like. Some website you like it because they are easy to use, some website you don't like it because you are the end user. So think from that point of view that if you learn technology, how you will make that user's life more easy, more enjoyable. And that is very rare skill that you will get it. You have management knowledge here. Maybe learn from them about how to learn that functional or business knowledge. And that will make you successful. And the 3 things that I mentioned will definitely help you. Okay? Now we have my favorite section of the student asking questions. Last 2, tumche mage. Okay, we will have these 2 guys who raise a question, give 2 questions, and then we stop it. Okay?
How to manage overthinking? How to manage overthinking?
How to manage overthinking?
Overthinking.
Oh, good question, man. That gives you a lot of stress. We think about all the things that is not in our control. If it is going to rain or not, is not in your control. Right? So, consciously start focusing on what is in your control and increase your sphere of control. Okay? Now, is it going to rain or not? Is not in your control. Is that in your control? No. But if you have to reach and say 1 o'clock at certain place, you can check the weather report. Though sometimes it may not be as accurate as it should be, but you can check that weather report. You can say, oh, I may get a traffic, so I should start 15 minutes. And Google Maps says, for example, it will take 30 minutes. So I should give 10 minutes buffer and reach there. That's the thing in your control. Right? Still after you may not reach on time, but that is not in control. So focus on what you can control actively and work on that one. Not too much worry about what is not going in your control. Prepare for that. Okay, I am not saying that just because rain is not in control, you don't even worry about that one and don't just go out without umbrella. Okay, so preparation on what is not in your control, how you can manage that. That will reduce you a lot of your stress and help you in your professional career also. Okay, thank you. Now I have one more question and then we stop. Because you had a chance to ask the question, sir. Earlier you did not ask the question.
Lots of companies are firing employees in IT sector.
Sorry, little louder किंवा जोराने बोल, मला ऐकू येत नाही.
Lots of companies firing employees in IT sectors.
Okay, good question.
And future of our job.
Very good. But you did not raise your hand when I said how many of you want in a company which is not impacted by AI. You did not raise your hand, right? So now your question is, my job may get impacted because of technology. Okay? Trust me, from your sir mentioned, and I agree with him completely. AI is not going to take the human job. Okay? Now it's a controversial statement. Let me qualify it. Okay? And it will be a little longer answer. English में देऊँ कि मराठी में चालेल? Okay. Let me try, sir. Please correct me if I am wrong. New technology जी आहे, जनरेटिव्ह AI किंवा एनी न्यू टेक्नॉलॉजी जी येणार आहे, ती एव्हरी जॉबला इम्पॅक्ट करणार आहे. ओके? कोणतीही इंडस्ट्री अशी राहणार नाही पुढच्या आताही नाहीये, पुढच्या 3-4 वर्षामध्ये काय राहणार नाहीये जी AI मुळे किंवा टेक्नॉलॉजीमुळे इम्पॅक्ट झाली नाही. ओके? तर how you can sustain in the job. Now, खूप लोक म्हणणार की टेक्नॉलॉजीमुळे जॉब गेले. Answer is yes and no. Now, मी yes का म्हणत आहे? जेव्हा तू लहान तुझ्या आई वडिलांना विचार, त्यांना जर मोबाईल फोनचा काही प्रॉब्लेम आला, ओके, ते टू कॉल एअरटेलच्या कस्टमर सर्व्हिस नंबरला किंवा वोडाफोन किंवा रिलायन्सच्या कस्टमर सर्व्हिस नंबरला टू आस्क द क्वेश्चन की माझं बॅलन्स किती आहे, माझं पेमेंट किती आहे, रिचार्ज केव्हा करायचे, होल लॉट ऑफ क्वेश्चन. ठीक आहे. आणि तिकडे एक ह्युमन बीइंग वॉज सिटिंग देअर टू आन्सर ऑल दिस क्वेश्चन्स. आणि त्या इंटरॅक्शन मध्ये तो ह्युमन बीइंग क्रॉस सेल आणि अपसेल करायचा. म्हणजे तुमचं डेटा पण तुम्ही 49 रुपीजला का नाही घेत, काय वाय नॉट यू टेक फॉर 99 रुपीज, वाय डोंट यू गो फॉर अ पोस्ट पेड, हे सर्व तो क्रॉस सेल अपसेल करायचा. आता anyone in this room who contacts Airtel or Vodafone or Reliance or sorry Jio or any of these one, because सर्वांच्याकडे ऍप आला मोबाईलवर, बरोबर. तुम्ही मोबाईलवर रिचार्ज करू शकता, मोबाईलवर सर्व काही इन्फॉर्मेशन मिळते. So what happened to the job that a call center agent or customer service agent was doing? You can say to job loss झाला because of technology, right? तो job loss झाला आहे because तो customer service executive आपल्याला अपस्किल आणि क्रॉस अपस्किल नाही केलं. त्याला गुड नॉलेज होता बिझनेसचा की श्रीकांत जेव्हा फोन करतो तो 49 रुपीजचा रिचार्ज करतो, म्हणतो एव्हरी 15 डेज 49 रुपीजचा रिचार्ज करतो, त्याला मी 99चं केलं तर तो घेणार. That was a business insight, functional knowledge about how to cross-sell and upsell. If I am not able to leverage on that one, my job will become redundant. But if I am able to leverage that one, I will be adding value to the businesses, to the industry, and I can demand higher package, higher value. Okay? So job के value add deliver करना, they will say job which are very routine will be taken over by machines. Because if you can get that job done easily by machine, why you want to spend a human bandwidth or human brain, right? And that is why it is very important to do machine सोबत collaboration कसा करू शकतो. Okay? Machine ची technology use कर, त्याचा power use कर, पण get the business knowledge, get the functional knowledge, get the additional contextual knowledge to add value. Okay? आणि त्याच्यासाठी मेहनत करावी लागतात. ओके. जेव्हा तुम्ही सॉफ्टवेअर इंजिनियर बनणार पुढे किंवा कोड लिहिण्यासाठी चॅट जीपीटी किंवा जेमिनी किंवा कोपायलट सर्व कोड लिहून देणार तुम्हाला, राईट. बट वेदर दैट कोड इज गुड इनफ और नॉट, दैट इफ यू नो द बिजनेस, यू नो द कशासाठी तो कोड यूज होणार आहे, यू कैन डू अ बेटर जॉब, यू कैन ऍड वैल्यू एंड मेक दैट कोड मोर इफिशिएंट, एंड दोज जॉब विल बी इन डिमांड. The routine jobs which can be easily replaced by machine, activity can be replaced by machine, will not be relevant. Okay. Before I close, thank you very much. Thank you and wishing you all the very best and all back.
Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable words of encouragement and wisdom. Your presence has truly added a great value to today's program. The very best thing the sir mentioned about AI, I would say that AI will definitely not take our jobs, but the person who is using AI better than me can take my job. Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable words. Moving forward, now I would like to call upon stage Dr. Rahul Patil, Head Team Academics, Next Gen Technical Campus, to express a vote of thanks. Please welcome sir with a great round, huge round of applause.
Good afternoon. Honorable Chairman, Dr. Sandeep Pasmande sir. Today's chief guest, Sri Shrikant Sardaji, is Managing Director, Accenture. Our HCM Group Institute Trustee, Preeti Pasmande Madam, our own Principal, Dr. Prakash Kulkarni sir, dignitaries of the dais, my colleagues, proud parents, and of course, today's true celebrities, our all dear students. सर्वप्रथम मी सर्व पालक वर्गाचे या ठिकाणी अभिनंदन करतो, कारण तुम्ही जे कष्ट करून 12वी पर्यंत त्या स्टुडंटला ह्या राशीवर त्याच्यासाठी कष्ट केले, तो एका चांगल्या संस्थेत जाईल आणि तो इंजिनिअरिंगचं एज्युकेशन कंप्लीट करेल. आणि आज तो दिवस आलेला आहे. त्याला एका नामांकित अशा एएसएम इन्स्टिट्यूट मध्ये त्याला ऍडमिशन मिळालेलं आहे
आणि त्याच्या करिअरची आज सुरुवात होत आहे. आणि ह्या ठिकाणी मी सर्वांना विश्वास देऊ इच्छितो, आता ही फक्त तुमची जबाबदारी नाहीये, ही आता आपली दोघांची सामूहिक जबाबदारी झालेली आहे की त्याचं करिअर आता इथून पुढे कशा पद्धतीने घडवायचं आहे. आणि त्यासाठी आमचा सर्व शिक्षक वर्ग, सिनियर फॅकल्टी मेंबर्स अँड ऑफकोर्स मॅनेजमेंट इज अवेलेबल हिअर. अँड ॲज सेड बाय अवर चेअरमन सर दॅट इट इज अवर कंबाईंड रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी. पॅरेंटची मदत पण आम्हाला त्या गोष्टीसाठी लागणार आहे. I also take this opportunity to congratulate all my dear students for grabbing the admission for engineering, and next 4 years will be very joyful here at the ACM Group of Institute, that is Lecture Technical Campus. Dear students, the leader is very important. He plays the vital role in shaping your career, and we are fortunate enough that we got the leadership from Dr. Sandeep Paswande sir, who is a computer engineer and he has done his education from topmost universities of world like Harvard and all. And you will be experiencing, all students will be experiencing that his leadership or his motivation, how it inspires each one of us. He has mentioned during his speech that he has said that each student should have the different skills and abilities. But at the same time, he has promised that whatever infrastructure is required, whatever investment is required, he is ready to do that. So thank you very much, sir, for your promise for providing the entire infrastructure and whatever facility is required. Thank you very much for your presence in this particular induction program. Our today's chief guest, त्यांनी आपल्याला आपल्या यशस्वीतेसाठी जी पंचसूत्री लागते ती पंचसूत्री आपल्यासमोर सादर केलेली आहे. आणि ती पंचसूत्री इतक्या चांगल्या पद्धतीने सादर केली आहे. पहिल्या वेळेस ज्यावेळेस ते सांगत होते की ही पंचसूत्री आहे, कदाचित काही लोक ती मिस करून गेले असतील. त्यानंतर सर हॅज रीलॅबोरेटेड दी थिंग्स विथ एक्झाम्पल, अँड आय एम शुअर दॅट सर दिस पंचसूत्री विल बी युजफुल फॉर ऑल माय स्टुडंट्स in shaping their entire 4 years of plan here. Thank you, sir, for your motivational thoughts, and we are expecting that your association will be continued with the next family hereafter also. Thank you, sir. We are having the dignitaries from the entire ACM group here. I thanks to all of them for their presence here. I thanks to our principal, Dr. Kulkarni sir. He has expressed his vision that how we are going to run this particular institute. Now shortly we will be coming with the action plan that exactly how we are going to achieve that particular vision. So thank you, sir, for your vision, and hereafter we will work on the action plan so that all students will get benefited out of this. Dear students, this is not the vote of thanks for the entire induction program. Now the journey has started. The upcoming 2 weeks will be the knowledge stream for all of us, and for parents the entire day is full of various sessions. Those will be helpful for you to do the successful parenting. Thank you very much for your presence. हा कार्यक्रम इथं संपलेला नाही. कृपया आपल्या जागेवरून उठू नका. एक छोटंसं एक सेशन या कार्यक्रमानंतर इथं परत आपण करणार आहोत. त्याचा आपण सगळ्यांनी लाभ घ्यायचा आहे. धन्यवाद. थँक्यू.
आपल्या परिसरातील ताज्या घडामोडी पाहण्यासाठी सतर्क भारती या चॅनलला लाईक, शेअर आणि सबस्क्राईब करायला विसरू नका. संपूर्ण महाराष्ट्रात प्रतिनिधी नेमणूक चालू आहे. आमच्या चॅनलचे अधिकृत प्रतिनिधी होण्यासाठी दिलेल्या नंबरवर संपर्क करा. धन्यवाद.